Welcome back to Dunwoody Dialogues, where we chat with local notable people to share something new, or we get to learn about new businesses or new efforts happening here in Dunwoody. I am Mark Galvin. I'm the Director of Marketing from Discover Dunwoody. My guest is staring at me, so you'll see her in a second. But I am the Director of Marketing with Discover Dunwoody. We have another great guest for you today, and I'm actually really sorry that the video camera wasn't taping everything that happened before we got here, because she is absolutely one of the most entertaining people we've had in the office. So let me introduce you to Chaya Goldberg, who is the co-CEO of Mitzvah House.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me here.
Chaya. Well, I had to practice that. Chaya. How am I doing?
So far, so good.
Stop while I'm ahead. Yes?
You're doing fantastic. Chaya, Hanukkah. We're celebrating Hanukkah today. It's a great day to practice my name.
And it's not Hanukkah, it's Hanukkah.
It's Hanukkah. There's difference of
opinions. How do you say that and not, well, I'm having a little bit of saliva problem here. Is that a thing? Does that go away with practice?
I think so. We can work on it.
Okay.
I'll bring enough challah that you'll be fine eventually.
Okay. All right. Well, this is good. I want all of you to know we are so happy that Chaya has joined us here today. She is, as I mentioned before, the co-CEO of Mitzvah House. We'll get to the Mitzvah House in a second. And you moved here from Brooklyn. And before you said you really didn't like Brooklyn.
I did mention that. So Brooklyn is
should I not bring this up?
It's fine. Brooklyn is a fantastic place to visit. We go there probably 3 to 4 times a year because all of our family is a lot of our family's there.
It's okay that I said that you don't necessarily, you like living here more than there.
I'm an only child. They'll have to like me regardless.
Okay, good.
So we go there because every place is made fantastic by the people that live there. So Brooklyn is a fantastic place because there is a lot of fantastic, beautiful souls that live there. I'm just more of a suburban person, and Dunwoody's actually pretty city. So it's not even so suburban, but it's definitely a step quieter from the hustle of New York. And so I am so grateful to live in this community. I love it. I love I can literally throw a stone basically to Brook Run. That's how far I am.
Well, Brook Run's one of our wonderful parks here in Dunwoody.
Brook Run is one of our favorite places to go. We walk there with our kids. It's like that perfect amount of time to go around.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 beautiful children, thank God, and we really like Brook Run. So we love Dunwoody.
I am so glad for that. You've done a lot of things to prepare you, I should say, to be the co-CEO of the Mitzvah House, which we'll get to in a second. And I'm just astounded. This list is amazing. You're a writer, you're a graphic designer, you've written and published your own book, you've done retail, you've taught, you've done tutoring, which is very similar to teaching.
But it looks good on a resume.
This resume is unbelievable. You have done farming, you've been a tour guide, you're a public speaker. It's this, I wish I had.
That was from today, the public speaking. I figured I can add it in advance.
Oh, now yes, as of today, and you're a TV personality. All these things
at
once.
That. It's amazing. My favorite thing on there, by the way, just because I want to give them a shout out, but the favorite thing that I want to mention right now is the store, because shout out to Andrea from Weeby Baby.
Baby.
We opened that store, but she's down the block, and support her because she is the cutest baby store.
I love that. You and your husband started
We started it. We put up the shelves. I shouldn't say this out loud. Maybe she's going to come after me. But the shelves are a little crooked because I didn't measure it before.
They're not crooked. The floor is just not level.
So yes, we did. We set up the shop, and now she did wonderful things to the next level. So it's a cute store to go shopping.
So, by the way, can you tell that we had a little rapport before we started the interview? Let's get to business.
Okay.
Let's share with everybody let's do it this way. Tell everybody, what do you do with Mitzvah House, and why do you do it?
So we have an organization called Mitzvah House. We want to make doing good really easy. I think that we all resonate with life being busy, and we all want to do more good. We want to volunteer more, but then like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's a whole new week. You haven't called your mother, So we want to make it easier. We're not calling your mother for you, but we are trying to set up events and parties and door-to-door things to try to bring those good deeds to you. It includes we were in the park and there was somebody running, and we asked them if they were Jewish, and there was a mitzvah, a good deed of the day, to listen to the shofar. So my husband ran with him and blew the shofar for him. So we really want to come to you and
Blew the what?
Blew the shofar. So that's like a ram's horn, and you blow it on Rosh Hashanah.
Okay.
So
and you even do it while you run?
Well, you generally stay in one spot, but he really wanted to bring the opportunity to this gentleman, and he was really appreciative. It was great. He got his run and shofar in. Shofar on the go. Trademarked.
I love this. This is fantastic. So all of this work at the Mitzvah House is to do good deeds. And you said very quickly, and I just want to highlight this, that mitzvah means good deeds.
Yes. It also means, mitzvah comes from the word to connect in Hebrew. So it
Okay.
also means you're building this connection with God. God wants to live in a wholesome, happy, kind world. And so when we do more good things in this world, we're making it more comfortable. We're adding fluffy cushions, so to say, so that this world becomes more comfortable for God to exist in. He likes when we get along.
I like that.
All of us people,
Yes.
Jews, everybody in the whole world, non-Jews, we want to all live in a wholesome, happy world. When we all add in good deeds, we're making that sort of world for God. So that's kind of our goal. We're trying to put ourselves out of business because
if you do too many if there's always good deeds that are going on, you just don't.
So we
need to do it
want
anymore.
to create kind of a space where there's like a culture of doing good. And so if all of us are constantly adding and doing more good deeds, imagine a world where it is so overflooded with light. And we live in 2023. We know that the impacts of our action are exponential. We know that what we do really does affect the world. I mean, people believe in all sorts of things right now, but one I think we all agree is that little things now we see their significance. A little thing you say online, the power, the little thing that you do, how everyone can later find out about it and how powerful it is. So those little things that you do, you matter. And when you do that good deed, you are literally making the world a better place. Imagine if we're all adding in good things, we're going to create a world where there doesn't need to be an organization about doing good deeds. So we're trying to put ourselves out of business.
I like that. Give me an example. Give me an example of a good deed.
So there's things that are Jewish and ritualistic, and then there are things that are all people, and we should all be doing this often. So Jewish ritualistic would mean, and what we provide would be, let's say, programming for Hanukkah. So right now is the holiday of Hanukkah. We had an event at the beginning of Hanukkah where we lit the menorah together. We were also giving out menorahs because every family needs to light one in their own house. So that way we're making it accessible to get a menorah, and also together as a community, we're gathering. It makes us feel that we want to celebrate this. And something that is a mitzvah, a good deed that we should all be doing. We have another project. It's called ARCS, like after Noah's Ark. It's an acronym.
A-R-K?
A-R-K.
Okay.
And it stands for Acts of Ritual Kindness or Random Kindness. So what you want to do is every single day you get one of these little yellow boats and you fill it up with a coin or a dollar. You're giving charity, a penny, whatever. And if you keep doing this act of giving, you're going to be creating in your life this energy that you want to give to others. And when it's full, you give it to whatever charity you want. Save the Whales, give it to somebody you know who needs it, your school. And that kind of creates in your life this energy that you're giving to others instead of focused
I love that.
on ourselves.
That's terrific. Do you have a story besides the specific examples you just gave me? Is there a story where you guys have seen something really good come out of the good work you're doing?
I think that one story that I thought about before, and it really touched my husband a lot, and it's a beautiful story. I wanted to share that one because of that reason. There's a lot, but this one. My husband knocked on somebody's door. He was bringing a Shabbat package. It has like a challah and some candles.
What is a challah?
A challah is a really delicious bread. It's not regular bread, it's delicious bread.
It's delicious bread.
Exactly, right? Because other bread, so it has like a challah inside and some candles to light for Shabbat. And he knocked on this man's door, and the man opened. He never met him before, and he said, I came to bring you this Shabbat package. Happy Friday, happy Shabbos. And the man was really touched, and he said, by the way, this was really meaningful to me because I was feeling a little down. His dad was in the hospital, and he got news that he really wasn't doing well, and he just felt like he needed something to anchor him in that moment, and that connection really anchored him, and he took it a step further. He put on tefillin, which is another mitzvah. It looks like somebody is wrapping. I have a funny story about this. I want to say it right after. But it's a black, he was wrapping these straps on his arm. It's a meditation that connects your heart and mind with God and keeps you aligned at the beginning of your day, a prayer at the morning, if you will. And so he did that in honor of his dad, and then he said, I think my dad would appreciate a visit. So my husband went to the hospital the next week, and this man was so touched. They also put on this tefillin, this mitzvah. He did that meditation, and his dad actually passed away shortly after. And this man said it was so meaningful to him because they didn't know each other. He randomly knocked on his door, Creepy, I know. And he had a mezuzah. And
Oh, he had a, what is that?
a mezuzah. So that's that little, you'll see on Jewish doors. Jewish doors. How weird is that? Jewish doors. So there's a box inside. It has a scroll inside that talks about different portions from the Torah. And there's another mitzvah, another good deed, and this would fall under, like I said, there are mitzvahs that are like this kind of Jewish thing to do, and then there's mitzvahs we should all be doing, right? So this is like a Jewish thing to do. You put a little box on your door, and it reminds you that what goes inside this house and what comes out is all under God's watch. So do good things.
I like it.
And remember that you're feeling protected. It's the best. It's
so your husband knew that he was knocking on the door and they would understand the gift.
That he was potentially Jewish, and they would hopefully understand it as a gift.
Good.
There are some,
I love it. Yeah.
So
I'm not Jewish, but if you knocked on my door with bread, I'd be pretty happy about that.
So we've knocked on doors and the people were not Jewish, and we gladly gave them a delicious challah.
Delicious bread. I love delicious bread.
Our mission statement, by the way.
Can I give you my address?
100%. Be careful though, So in general, our Mitzvah House concept is not an exclusively Jewish thing. Like I said before, these arcs, we have them in multiple businesses around Dunwoody. We love being part of the July 4th parade, and we give out thousands of arcs because it's up to each one of us to do more good deeds. Each one of us has our specific jobs to do, and so therefore, if you would say, "Can I put up a mezuzah?" I would say, "Why don't you just do one of the things that are really needed from you right now by doing more charity, more kindness? Do one of those things. Put your efforts where they're right this minute."
All right, I got to hear this. What is the funny story?
My husband and myself were in an RV in the outback of Australia, and we were looking to find Jewish people who would appreciate a visit and some Jewish stuff. Gefilte fish, we were carrying around jars of gefilte fish. They suck, don't eat them, by the way. But that was what would bring them that Jewish memory, so we were giving those out. But we were in a random little town, and I went into the local supermarket to buy stuff so that we could cook in RV. And as I'm coming out, I see that there's tons of sirens and tons of lights and everything.
Yep.
And my husband does like action, so I was running to the RV to go tell him, there's action in the parking lot. God's so good to us, we get to see action, right? And as I get closer to RV, I realized that the lights and the sirens are surrounding our RV.
Oh no.
So what happened was
How long were you gone?
After that, it took a few years. No. That's why we ended up in Dunwoody, So no, what happened was that my husband was praying in the parking lot, and he was wearing these tefillin, these black straps, and somebody had never seen tefillin before, and so they called the local police, and they said there's a terrorist, there's a suicide bomber in the parking lot, and so the entire police force came out to deal with this terrorist. And now this is where it gets crazier. They all had not seen tefillin before, so they all surrounded him and were very concerned, and the chief of police came right after, and they were like, "Are you guys literally serious? Have you never seen a Jewish person before? The guy is praying." This is also, my husband was in the middle of a part of prayer that you're not supposed to speak, so he's and he wasn't speaking, so it was making it worse. And finally the chief of police was like, "Stop it, don't harass this guy, he's literally just praying." But that's the story. Oh, I didn't get even a chuckle. Nothing.
It just gives me so many more questions.
It wasn't as funny as I thought. It's the worst. I
think it was fantastic.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So, did you stand there when you got there? You weren't able to talk either?
Well, I could talk, but it was solved by the time I came out. I take a long time to shop in supermarkets. So it was all figured out by the time I got there.
Okay.
I knew that was going on. I was hiding just in case it went down south. I love you, Salmi, but I was hiding.
my
No, I'm
goodness.
just kidding. I didn't know.
All right. So, let's come back to the Mitzvah House.
Okay, sorry.
Let's come back from Australia.
We'll come back.
We're back in Dunwoody.
There we go.
What do you think people misunderstand about the Mitzvah House?
I think that probably one of the biggest questions that we get is, are you affiliated with a synagogue, or do I have to be a certain type of Jewish to get involved with the Mitzvah House? And my answer to you is, number one, we're not affiliated with a synagogue. We love to visit all different synagogues around town, primarily Ariel, because we live right there.
Yep.
Beautiful place as well. And we like to go to all different, we go to Chabad North Fulton, we go to Beth Tefillah, we go to different places. We're not affiliated with a specific synagogue, and you don't have to look a certain way to get involved. I think every single one of us can use a little bit more good doing and more volunteering in our life, and so this is not for like a specific type of person. This is for all people to add more good into their lives.
Can non-Jews get involved?
100%. If you would like to put one of these ARC projects like in your business, please reach out. We would love that. And I think that we have a few fantastic people who are involved in our organization that are non-Jewish. They come to our events and they spread the word, and I'm so appreciative to them and are very much welcomed. And I think they also think I make good food, so they keep coming back.
And you cook? Yeah, I was going to say, you're a good cook. I
think so. I think so.
Yeah.
If there's one thing that I'm confident about is that I think I cook well.
Oh, well, there you go.
Guys, come on over.
You brought some food to us. Did you actually make those? You know,
I'm a Jewish mother. I can't come here without food.
You
it's
must
part of
bring
protocol.
food. I
will be dismissed from the position.
Can we invite you every day at lunch?
You know what?
Every day. We're just going to
really
open invitation. Just come over to lunch. Just, you know, we'll just invite you and you'll come with food?
It's becoming a series, guys. It's going to be us every single day.
every 5 days a week, we'll tackle the issues of the day.
If you like this,
whatever
then
that looks like.
And if you do not like this, then
that's
sorry.
Just yeah. Well, you know, we only have 3 viewers anyway, so it's fine.
I don't believe you. You guys are fantastic. Shout out to Discover Dunwoody, who has been sharing all of our posts. We're really, really grateful.
Well, we love the work that you guys are doing.
Yay.
So what's new? What's happening next at Mitzvah House?
We're working on a few big projects, but I'm first going to say the small ones, like the things that are coming up right now.
We'll build up to the bigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Go small and we'll go
So this Sunday, for example, we have bagel lox and fill-in, like a kosher BLT. So
food.
That's like where you put, everything is with food. I mean.
Well, we have to eat.
The way to the heart. So Sunday is that. We have that. It's a once a month men's club.
So what's the difference between a bagel and a donut?
So much. Come on.
Come on, tell me.
One's fried. One is delicious.
Bagels are fried?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't work here. That's on Sunday. Bagel lox and fill-in. We have Baby Love Shabbat, which is like a really sweet mommy and me, where we're going to sing songs, make challah, things like that.
Okay.
We have a babka bake coming up. That's like a challah bake, but better because there's chocolate.
Oh, you mean so the delicious bread becomes really delicious with chocolate.
Exactly. We have also, and these are the things that are the bigger projects we're working on, we did a really meaningful project about a month ago where we gave out 240 Shabbat packages around Dunwoody in honor of Rose Lubin, who was killed in Israel.
Yep.
And also in honor of the 240 people.
Because she had connections to Dunwoody.
She was from Dunwoody.
Yeah.
And also in honor of the 240 people that at that point were still being held hostage. There has since been some that were released and rescued, thank God. But at that point it was 240 and we gave out these Shabbat packages, and it was an amazing experience where we had so many people volunteering and helping, and it was honestly, it was a gift that we were able to facilitate that. And so we're working on something called a big kitchen, where we cook food and then deliver it to people who people think might need. Like, you can nominate a friend that maybe they'd appreciate a little bit of love that week, a little Shabbat package. So that's something we're working on. We're working on
Gosh, you guys are doing a lot.
Getting a mitzvah tank. So that means
a good deed tank.
A good deed tank. It's really just like a bus. But the concept is that we're fighting a war of darkness versus light.
Okay.
And so when we have this tank, it's figurative of like this bus, its goal is to bring goodness to everyone around, to bring the mitzvahs to you. So we're working on, those two are 2 really big projects that we're working on. And
that's a lot. That is a lot.
There's a few more, but
you
I
guys
think
are very busy. All right. So there's so many things that you're doing. How can folks get involved?
I would love if you follow us on Instagram. I run our Instagram, so every single time somebody gives us a follow or a like, I do a happy dance. I'm dancing often, so there's that.
You enjoy dancing?
Well, because of that,
and
I have no
cooking.
choice. And skiing.
Do you dance while you cook?
Exactly.
Okay.
And skiing. And swimming and going to the beach.
Okay.
Surfing.
Yes. That's right. All right.
Hiking.
Can there be mitzvahs at all of these locations?
You can. Well, we were hiking
deeds?
in New Zealand, and my husband brought us to fill in.
My goodness, you guys have been everywhere. You've been to New Zealand. You've been to Australia.
New Zealand's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That was on the same trip. They're really close to each other.
Okay,
if you're gonna go to that side of the world, you might as well
okay.
go to
All
both.
right.
But we were hiking, and there was a guy that said shalom to us, so we knew that he was Israeli. Well, a lot of times people will say shalom, but the way he said shalom, we knew he was Israeli. And my husband wanted to ask him to put tefillin on, but he was a faster hiker. We're a little out of shape. So we were trying to keep up with him, and my husband's like, I need to ask him if he wants to put on tefillin. So he chased him all the way up the mountain and put tefillin on the top. So yes, there's always a chance to do another good deed.
I love that. That's fantastic.
So yes, you could find us on Instagram, Mitzvah House, on Facebook, Mitzvah House.
I didn't ask you that.
You said where you can find us.
No, I said, how can people get involved? Quit reading my questions.
Instagram, Facebook. And you can get involved by sharing our events, coming to our events, volunteering. We had a consign for a cause sale where everybody donated clothing, and then we sold it based off of you decide what you want to donate as you want, and all the money went to an organization that supports families that were affected by terror attacks.
That's fantastic.
And we raised close to $9,000.
Wow.
So you can get involved by volunteering at those type of events. You can find out about those things at Instagram, Facebook, our website. Subscribe so that you find out what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's how you get involved.
I love that. Look, I have another whole page of questions.
Well, guys, get comfortable. Grab a chair.
So I am so glad that you have come by to see us.
You literally only showed me the other questions. Are these
No, these are
script?
No, yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm so glad you came by because I love that your mission is to do good deeds. And we need more of that in this world. We need more people just doing good deeds. So I love the mission. We're so happy that you enjoy our content. We saw what you're doing. We're thrilled to share that content because we do. We need more people doing good deeds. We need people doing good deeds in Dunwoody as well as globally. So thank you so much for that. I will give you my address. I like delicious bread. You're welcome to come by, and who knows, maybe we'll sit down and we'll give you some of our not so delicious bread. Ours is Italian.
Breaking bread together.
Yeah.
Oh, Italians and Jews are historically, notorious for making good food.
All right, well,
That's
there you
what
are.
they're notorious for.
I'm not actually Italian, but I eat Italian bread.
That you're honorary then, I guess.
Okay, yes.
You know what, I'm not Italian to give you that. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I have the credentials to be giving out titles here.
All right, we'll have to skip that. So, why did you and your husband start the Mitzvah House?
We both were involved in the nonprofit sector, and we found that we really appreciate this message, this concept that each one of us has the ability to do another good deed to actively change the world. I want whoever's listening this to know that wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing right now, you are very meaningful and you are very needed. And wherever you are, you can find something to do that can literally make the world a better place. So if that means calling your mother, if that means reaching out to somebody you haven't spoken to in a while, if that means going out and holding the door for somebody and smiling, if that means giving a little bit of charity, whatever it is, you can do something right now that can make a real impact. The Mitzvah House is based off of an ideology of the Chabad Rebbe. He was the latest spiritual leader of the Chabad movement, of which my husband and myself, we are Chabad people. We have an independent organization called Mitzvah House, but we're Chabad people. And we very much appreciate and subscribe to all these concepts that he gave. And there's a story of somebody who went to the Chabad Rebbe and he said, I want to be a follower of yours, but look at me, I'm not religious, or maybe I'm not Jewish. How can I be a follower of yours? And the Rebbe said, it's very simple. Every day you wake up and you say, what can I do today that's better than what I did yesterday? And that would be a follower of mine. And that's something my husband and myself really try to lean into. And the Mitzvah House was just a natural progression of, we were always doing these things. When we owned our store, we were still giving out matzah for Passover, and we were doing these type of actions, and it was a really beautiful thing where we had enough people rally around us that we found the need to make it into an actual organization. We had this community building that needed maybe a place that it can grow faster and bigger. And so that's kind of how Mitzvah House happened. But the main concept that I want you to take away is that at home, wherever you are, right now there's something you can do that can make the world a brighter place. You matter, and your actions are very valuable, and by doing one more good thing, you literally can change the world.
There you have it. That's wonderful. Well, so glad you came by. This was it was very nice. We had a lot of fun talking with you. I'm sorry we can't spend hours and hours. I'm actually really sorry we can't do a daily show, because that would be really interesting.
I'm honored. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. I feel really blessed that y'all invited me, and I also feel blessed that I live in Dunwoody. I used y'all as if I own it. So there's that. But I also
you
feel
you
really
didn't say
grateful.
use guys. You said y'all. That's good.
Yeah.
You're local.
And that you guys share our things. So thanks. You're doing
You bet.
fantastic
You
things
bet.
by sharing the word with the community. I really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for being here so much.
Yay.
And I'm going to practice your name one more time because it's pronounced her name is spelled Chaya, but it's Chaya.
You got it.
Chaya. I had to practice that. So
We could
thank
give a
you.
class for all the people. Pretend something's stuck in your throat.
Yes. Ha.
There we go. All the people at home.
Ha.
There we go.
Chaya. All joking aside, thank you. We appreciate
course.
you being here. For the rest of you folks, thank you for watching our newest edition of the Dunwoody Dialogues. This show is produced by Discover Dunwoody. Our producer is Madison Holtz. Our sound technician is Emily Inser Gibson. We would love for you to remember that we are still giving out our Dunwoody stickers. Do you have a Dunwoody sticker?
I do, but I'll take more.
Oh, we'll give you more.
Totally.
So Dunwoody stickers are free. All you have to do is go to the library, City Hall. You can go buy sprues. You can go to Lisa Torres's office, or you just come here. We'll give you Dunwoody stickers for your car. Here's what's great about these. They are removable, so you can put them anywhere you want, and anytime you want to take it off, you can, but we don't want you to. If you need
You're
to
never gonna
remove
take it
it,
off.
come see us. We'll give you another one, right? So if it's worn out, we'll give you a new one, so it's always looking great. On behalf of the entire Discover Dunwoody team, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow us on social media. You can find us using the handle Discover Dunwoody, or go check out our website. It's discoverdunwoody.com. So until next time, enjoy the day and come discover Dunwoody.